So, you are a potter or ceramic artist. Should you create a brand for your pottery? If you are like I was, you are probably thinking, I'll let the work speak for itself. Or, brands are big companies. Or, I just want to make pots. And there's a chance that you'll be just fine even if your brand never gets another thought. But, what if you want to attract the people that are really interested in you and your work? What if you want to clearly communicate the unique things that are important to you? What if you want to make stronger connections to current and potential customers? Then you may have to start thinking about your brand. What is a brand? A lot of people aren't sure what the word brand actually means. Some people think a brand is a logo, and you can't blame them since originally a brand was an image burned into something to let everyone know who owned it. So now you may be thinking, oh, that's perfect. I stamp every pot I make with my own mark to show that I made it. Some people add their signature instead. And that's a good start. But think about this. Would somebody know that you made a pot if it didn't have your mark or signature? They should. Here's an even better question. Could a potter have a strong brand without signing or stamping their pots? And inversely, could a potter that marks or signs each pot have a weak or non-existent brand? Yes and yes. Nowadays, a brand is a whole lot more than the logo or mark. Going back to the origins of branding, some people focus too much on the visual part. The important part is that the brand is supposed to mean something. Branding is all about creating meaning. The meaning is what will attract and connect with people. Now there is still some gray area. The word brand can refer to multiple things. You may think of companies or product lines or products. The word can be both a noun and a verb. But for the sake of this video, we will define the word brand as the meaning that people get from you, your business, or your pottery. Let's think about an example of a mug. Brands or companies offer different kinds of meanings so people buy their products. Think about some of the reasons someone would buy a mug. On the most basic level, you need something to get a hot liquid to your mouth instead of using your hands or drinking right from a coffee pot. But if that's the only reason you have for buying a mug, you can go down to Walmart and get one for $2. Some people will only connect with this meaning of basic function or convenience. And that is just fine. These are not the kind of people we are trying to attract to our handmade pots. You could also buy a mug to support a cause. Maybe your local food bank is having a fundraiser, or a company will donate clean water to people that need it when you buy a mug with their logo printed on the side. These are good reasons to do something, but what happens to the mug? It probably gets lost in the back of the cupboard because the meaning of this transaction comes from helping someone else, not necessarily because you like the mug. This kind of meaning can be a nice attraction for some people, but it shouldn't be the only attraction if you are selling handmade things. It works better if someone buys a mug because they like the mug and they know they are supporting a good cause. So the best reason for someone to buy a mug that you have made is because they like the mug. There is something that they connect to or attracts them to your unique handmade work. Purchasing your mug not only validates your work and yourself as a creator, it also shows that there is something about your mug that people can connect to. And since you are putting part of you into your handmade pots, they are also connecting to something about you. For potters, ceramic artists, even designers and artists, the meaning we are trying to create is usually a connection to the actual creation. This connection is often based on emotion or feeling. What does a customer or potential customer feel when they see your pot, or touch your pot, or even use your pot? The specific feelings are what connects people to your work. That is what you need to emphasize to make a stronger connection and attract the right kind of people. If you can consistently deliver these specific feelings when someone comes into contact with your work and your business, there is a better chance those people become not just customers, but fans of your brand for life. Creating a brand is simply emphasizing specific feelings and connections. Now, what if you think this is all just a bunch of fluff and you decide not to actively create a brand for your pottery? Well, that depends. Some people just seem to naturally create things that consistently evoke a specific feeling or meaning all the time. They have their own style that shines through everything they do. And if you make nice pots, you'll probably eventually find people to buy them. But for most of us, it isn't easy. If you don't start or create a brand yourself, it will be left to chance. Potential customers will be left to think, maybe even guess, what meaning they should attach to your pottery. Now, it is okay for customers to bring some of their own meaning, but you don't want to send mixed messages. Your social media accounts could be sending one message, your logo sends another, and your business card doesn't match either. This is a major problem because when there is confusion, there are a lot less sales. Creating a brand is simply shaping what another person thinks or feels about you and your work through consistent messaging. So yes, a potter should create a brand. It may sound a little strange because of what the word brand has come to mean to many of us. You may picture huge companies or worldwide product lines, or going to the grocery store and seeing 642 different brands of toothpaste. But if you think about it, all those different companies or lines are just trying to connect with people. They are trying to emphasize the things that will help them get noticed by the people that are most likely to buy their products. As potters that are selling pots, aren't we trying to do the same thing? So remember, the goal of creating a brand is emphasizing specific connections and feelings to consistently attract the kind of people that will buy your pots. So the real question is, why wouldn't a potter create a brand for their pottery?